Honestly, I really want to know. You mean to tell me that Grant Lee could have choose a union leader and run him in the form of Hugh Springer, but Mia Motley, the woman, can't choose another woman to run as a unionist? You mean to tell me that Grant Lee could have choose Frank Walcott to run in St. Peter, but Mia Motley, a woman, can't choose the next woman to run as a unionist? You mean to tell me that Errol Barra could have choose the same Frank Walker after he was an independent and put it to run, but Mia Motley, the woman, can't choose the next woman to run in the third decade of the 21st century? You mean to tell me that Errol Barra and then Erskine Sandiford could choose Leroy Trotman to run, but this woman, Mia, can't choose the next woman to run? You mean to tell me that Hugh Cummins and Grant Lee could have settled upon K&R Husbands as an assistant general secretary to run, but this woman, Mia, can't choose Tony to run? You mean to tell me that the Dems could have choose Evelyn Graves and could have choose Bobby Morris and could have choose Yvonne Walks? I can't choose one to run as a woman? You mean to tell me that Frondel could have taken the woman that Tony beat for general secretary and beat bad too, Veronica Griffith? How many of you know that her reward for being beaten was to be made ambassador to CARICOM, a political post for the Democratic Labour Party, succeeded Bobby Morris, another unionist? You mean to tell me that Errol Barra could have called Horatio Cook and Mia Motley can't call this woman to run? You mean to tell me that David Thompson could have called Joe Goddard and put him in the UN as the permanent representative, but Mia Motley can't choose a woman to run? You mean to tell me that Walter Maloney could have stepped there as a stepney for the political party that he belonged to? And I can't do nothing. But don't start with Derek Alleyne. Derek Alleyne is a special breed of ingratitude. But I'm not going to stand here tonight on him. But he has to tell the country how this government, in spite of him cursing us in the worst possible way, never sought to interfere with his civil and political rights or his employment rights in this country. You mean to tell me that even Tom, who called for O'Brien, Trotman, and Teckham, you mean Tom could have called a man and I can't call for Tony? Huh? You mean to tell me I come into the BUT, do you think I forget Ronald Jones and Harry Husbands? Huh? You think I forget Undine Whitaker? You think I forget Pedro Shepherd, who is now a union leader tonight in this country and running for Democratic Labour Party office? And the difference between all of them is that when this young lady told you she was not interested in elective politics, she was telling the truth. And I kept telling her, I said, Tony, you will be the only general secretary of the Barbados Workers' Union who will not have come to represent people in Parliament. And you need to go back and read the documents and to see that when the Workers' Union was formed, it was always understood that it wasn't only about representing people in the union through the union and industrial relations, but that you needed to have a political voice in order to be able to influence policy and to protect the workers of this country. And I left the last. Which one reach into the union movement and don't want me to do it now? Who is the next body that do it? Joe Atherley. Joe Atherley. Joe Atherley went in. I don't know where he went, but he came from the Labour Party, and he took a man who also came from where? But Joe feel that it is good for him, but I, as a woman, can't do it. Tony, if you was red, if you was a man, they wouldn't have a word to say. Because they would call you casual and say it's all right for you to come and join a political party. Caswell Franklin. I am so happy that up to a week ago, the Labour Party had membership representing workers in Parliament, and it wasn't Tony Moore. It was Caswell Franklin. Ask the General Secretary of the Barbados Labour Party to come now and tell you whether he has ever received a resignation from Caswell Franklin. And I know that the only union that I have ever had to say to Pat to take money from the Barbados Labour Party's resources and to help, not because we wanted to be invidious, but because they needed it, and so committed are we to the workers' rights that I said to Pat, pay the rent for the Unity Workers Union for the first few months of its existence. Do you understand what I just told you? I never gave the Workers Union any money, or Tony Moore or Leroy Trotman. I have come to them to help us. He came to us for a handout and a help up. Don't get tied up. But if you want now to open the back face, because Caswell is the same body who has said publicly that we were responsible for appointing the customs officers, all 132 customs officer, 4 posts that we create, and that he was grateful for it. He's the same body that wants to come now and tell you we are anti-worker government. Well, anti-worker government could give you money to start your union. Knowing full well, and let me be clear, there is no love lost between Caswell Franklin and Cynthia Ford. There is no love lost between Caswell Franklin and me. But that didn't stop me from recognizing a good cause and recognizing that workers need representation at all levels. And I say to Caswell, go ahead, but don't try and fool people that your hands are like up here and that you have no political involvement to begin with. Take your money that you get from the Senate as an opposition senator, not as an independent senator, and pay the dues of your members and stop them from giving you money when the week comes. You so much for them, you take the money and pay for them. And you know what hurts me? That Caswell is there advising people, and people are listening to him as if he's talking the truth, and all he's doing is misinforming them. You have heard Tony Moore, you have heard the chief labor officer, you have heard others come out about him and his severance. And Caswell continues to call in on the program, and the media in this country continue to give him a level playing field as if he's talking.